It's time to employ another lesson we learned from Perma Pastures Farm. Let me show you what we're going to do. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Renewed Homestead. I'm Ben, and behind me you see our food forest. But behind that you see a big field. That's roughly, I believe, about 12 acres. And it's time to move the sheep. Spring flush is in full run right now, and our sheep are down by the pond in front of the house. We need to get them up here, and we're going to work our way across starting at the top. The top is, you can see the house up there. Actually, you see it, the white thing's the shed, and beyond that's an old barn, which is really kind of cool, but it's fallen in, sad to say. But anyway, we've got to get electricity up there for the electric fence for the sheep. Now we do have the solar charger, but we've got a lot of predators going on now. We've got a fox down here. I know that's not really a threat to our sheep because they're big enough now. But we do have coyotes, and we've got some, hopefully that wind isn't drowning me out here. We have some bears that we've seen, on camera anyway, up in the woods here. So we want to make sure our sheep are protected. There's the choice of trying to run an extension cord from the shop all the way up the hill, which we've actually done to the middle of the pasture, and that was really kind of a pain and probably not the best way to do it. So we looked to our friends, Billy, William, and Michelle over at Perma Pastures Farm to see how they're running their electricity with the, with their solar charger, not their solar charger, but their regular charger, having it plugged in and running that power through. They've got some great videos on that. Billy's been using this for a number of years now, and it works great. So I got a good understanding of it, and I just double checked with him just to make sure I didn't mess it up, because it's a lot of work to get this done. So let me take you down to the shop, show you what we've got going on and how we're doing it. And yeah, let's get to it. We got a lot to do. All right, we're up here by the shop, and that is the closest plug-in we've got with electricity. So, like I said before, we actually ran extension cords up here last season, and it worked, but that's really not the best idea. Plus, we had to connect, I think, 3 or 4 of our extension cords, which, when you need an extension cord and it's out, protecting your sheep. Anyway, so we have a 50-mile fence charger. This one's made by Patriot, a P20. It's worked, and we haven't found a good way to get it up there until we saw Billy's video about it. So basically, we've got our extension cord, run around through the inside, through the door over here. We'll plug it in. I've got to build a little housing for this. We're under an eave, which has a big old wasp nest growing here, and I'll put some footage in there of that. But so anyway, I got to build a little housing, keep the sun and the rain off of it, and then we're going to use these posts and run it across. We've got temporary posts up in the field, and I'll take you along and show you. And that's so that as we're moving the sheep, we can move the hot wire around, and customize it as we need it. And this is all until we get our perimeter fence done. Then things will be a whole lot easier, but we got to get this done today because we got to get the sheep down from that lower area like now and get them working on this wonderful lush grass. They will be so happy. So, all right, let me grab the camera, take you around and show you what we've got set up so far, and then we'll start running the electric fence, the electric wire. There we go. That was the other advantage of having it here. As you can see, we've got 2 8-foot ground rods. One's here, the other one's over on the other side of that clean out. And so I can ground obviously the ground side of this directly to that, and then run the hot line on out to the field. So let's go show you what we've got. I'm going to set this out of the sun and protect our investment as much as we can. So yeah, this pile of wood, that's wood that we reclaimed from the house, part of it. There's another pile over there and another shorter pile right there. I know this looks a little junky right now, and you know, I try to keep it as clean as I can, but time, just add time, right? So we're going to run the hot line across here, and you can see right up through the middle, you see the white stake there, not white snake, white stake, and then a black one, then a white one. I went through with a weed eater to cut some of that down just to make it easier to work on today. It didn't take long to do that, but anyway, so here's the other lower post, and then from there we're going to just go on up. Let's see if I can give you a better view of this. This is pretty steep, honestly. Doesn't look like it on film, on camera, but anyway. Oh, look what do we have here? We have a pecan tree that has not started sprouting yet. So I don't know what's going on there, and that's a tomato plant. Anyway, let's get to work here. So you got the black, the white, the black, and it goes all the way up the hill. So I don't need to take you up right there right now. I will start running this wire to these and kind of catch you as we get up towards the top. Well, I'm glad I checked. It wasn't recording. All I was showing you is that I started unspooling the 14 gauge 500 foot wire, wrapped it around this point, over to here. And I also pointed out that this little garden area, we've got some raspberries growing, blackberries actually, those are blackberries, and there's some ramps and things, but I started seeing signs of deer getting in there. So I just threw the chicken wire around it real quick, and I don't know if I caught it or not, but the pile of wood, that is wood that we reclaimed from the house renovation. So is that pile. I hate that it looks junky, but right now I just don't have a place to store it nicely, so I do the best I can. Anyway, so I'm going to take you up and keep running this wire up so we can get this project done. Okay, coming at you. And you see, just put a stick in the spool so that so I can just let it feed out as I walk. And these are 13 paces apart. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be too much distance between to keep it from sagging too much, because I don't want it laying on the ground. I'm just hooking it in so I can slide those if I need to. I might need to add a couple of our old posts up at the top and move these down a little bit. It might be all right. It's low enough that if any deer come through, they'll just hop over and won't actually pull it down. I can see an issue already right over here. Whew. Up and down, up and down. Only the fourth time today. You can see, actually, let me take you back this way just a little bit. And I can't touch my screen with my gloves on. All right. There we go. So right there, that white post is flexing a little too much. I think we're going to have to put a T-post in there, make it good and rigid, because you can see we can't have that flexing down too much because that's nearly on the ground. The next one is okay. Next couple are okay, but I can't really pull those tight. So I think probably every third or fourth post we'll put in a T-post. So let me take you to the top and we'll run the rest of this line. right, 500 feet. It's perfect. It took us right up to the first chestnut tree we have up there, which is like right in that first area where we want to put the sheep. So, next step, I need to go get some of the T-posts and put them in between some of these. Like I said, maybe every third or fourth post, and then we'll just use these to stay off the ground, which is really how they should be used anyway. I don't see any value in recording all of that for you. It's just putting posts in the ground and then reconnecting this. So I will go do that. I'll be back, and then we will hook this thing up, and then we'll move the sheep. Oh joy. It is a clear day. I guess we're headed for almost 80 degrees, and that's warm. Yes, I'm in jeans, but man, my allergy to these grasses, I'd be tearing myself up again. So trying to be cautious. So I'll be right back. Okay, it is much later in the day. It's been a very long day, but we got it hooked up. It 2 ground wires down to that post, and we are about to plug it in. I've got Denise up there on the hillside. We've moved the sheep. It is tied to the line. I'm going to call her, and we're going to test this out and just about wrap it up. So I'll let you know what we find out here. Okay, you know the rule. 2 is 1, 1 is none. This is exactly why. The Patriot 50-mile fence, for some reason that charger is not working. It is 8:40 at night. You can see it's getting dark, and the sheep are all the way up there. So fortunately, we have our 25-mile fence charger. It works fine. Denise just tested it. I'll take you up and show you the sheep real quick, and then we'll wrap up this video. But 2 is 1, 1 is none. I've got to figure out what's wrong with that. It could just be a fuse, but I am not messing with it tonight. We have a backup. Okay, here we are at the top of the pasture. Happy sheep. Fence is working. Denise is putting in the last couple of posts that we needed up here, and it's 8:45 at night, so I think we are going to have cereal because we have both been out here all afternoon working on this fence. But it's working. It's the charge is showing like 5+ zapping points, 6 almost. And anyway, so we're at the top, and way down there is where we started this morning. It has been a long day. I'm beat. I'm going to go eat. Should probably take a shower because I've been in this long grass, and it looks like some poison oak too. Anyway, well, at least we got it accomplished, and definitely a big shout out and thanks to Billy for his hot wire to the pasture. That is working amazingly and will make moving these sheep that much easier, at least until we're able to get the perimeter fence completely done, and that, you know, is on the agenda. So anyway, all right, well, make sure you've subscribed and give us a thumbs up, and God bless you and your family, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.